Hey, yes, we're back. Andy, good to see you. Good to have you here.
Thank you, Kathy. Nice
You've
to be here.
you've been with journalists in this area quite a long time now.
I have been.
A number of years.
30 years. Yeah.
And Frank's going to join us. This is kind of the last word, wrapping up what we've been doing today on Front Row Tampa Bay. And we've certainly had a lot of folks on the stage today talking about how positive they are about the business climate in Tampa Bay. Healthcare, we had a great panel of entrepreneurs, technology, medical, just fabulous. So what does it feel like to you as a journalist to see people that positive about our area and the business climate?
Well, it's really refreshing, and one of my good friends came up with the slogan. I mean, many people are introduced to Florida and to Tampa Bay by coming here as visitors. Mm-hmm. And they come here to vacation, they bring their families, and he came up with the slogan, come for the beaches, stay for the business. and that seems to be what's happening. People are finding that it's a quality of life where you can enjoy your family and your recreation time, but also build a big business.
Mm-hmm. And if you had that elevator conversation with somebody, you know, you're riding up to the top of someplace, and they said, "Oh, you're from Tampa Bay," and you had your 30 seconds. What would you tell them about living here and why it's a good place to do business?
Well, I would say first of all that it's been a wonderful place to bring up our family. That we have had great educational experiences. We've had great outside athletic experiences. The kids are in college now, and we've had a very balanced life. On the business side, there's just so many opportunities, whether it's from healthcare, which was discussed a lot today, to the military, to high tech, to whatever. There's just open opportunity. And I know this is over 30 seconds, but one thing I would say is there are a lot of the big businesses in Tampa Bay. And I would mention, say, Raymond James, which is a very big brokerage company. I would mention Tech Data, which is a huge IT company. Home Shopping Network, which everybody knows. Those companies all started in Tampa Bay. They didn't come here as huge companies. They started here and grew into huge companies.
Obviously, your publication, Florida Trend, is about the entire state of Florida.
Yes.
And in fact, in this recent issue with Governor Rick Scott on the front, it says 5 reasons you belong here. You've mentioned the business-friendly climate. We're talking about this, global connections. So international business is done here.
Absolutely. In all parts of Florida. In Tampa Bay, I mean, we're blessed. We have a huge port, Port of Tampa Bay, which I think it's one of the highest tonnage ports on the East Coast. We have a great airport, Tampa International Airport, which is adding international flights. We have all sorts of companies from Brazil and from Europe that are doing business here. So it really has become an international hub.
So what's missing about the way the Tampa Bay region communicates that message to the rest of the country?
Well, if you look at this day today and this week, Front Row, this is probably an example of something innovative that we're doing to reach out. And I think this is sort of the beginning of a more aggressive stance to let the world know what's here in Tampa Bay. This is not just us here talking, it's being broadcast out and it's on social media, and we're letting people know.
And the word diversity was used, and Rick Holmes was talking about the fact that having come from New Mexico, it was kind of generation after generation of people from New Mexico.
Right.
And so it's in your opinion, it's a strength that we are sort of a melting pot here.
We absolutely are, and I mean it's a melting pot from the nation plus international, but I came here from the Philadelphia region, for example. That's not unusual.
You know, I can't blame you either.
And the 5 reasons why you belong here on the cover of the magazine. You know, you were talking about the global, but the exceptional quality of life you've mentioned, business-friendly climate, the industry clusters, many of which we've been talking about here on Front Row Tampa Bay.
Right.
I think that people visiting the RNC and coming to Tampa Bay for the first time, what do you think will surprise them most about, hey, I didn't know they did that in Tampa Bay?
Well, in terms of business, probably healthcare. Healthcare is a huge, huge industry in Tampa Bay. You've got Moffitt Cancer Center, which is one of the top cancer centers in the country. You've got the new USF Camels Center in downtown Tampa, which is like robotic surgery and
Simulations.
and that, I think we discussed that earlier today. All Children's Hospital in St. Petersburg is now part of the Johns Hopkins medical system. Tampa General is a very well-renowned hospital for all of Florida and all of the Southeast. So I would say that people would be surprised by just the level of quality of some of these businesses. I mean, you don't think necessarily of a children's hospital in Florida, and yet one of the best children's hospitals in the country is right here.
Right. Well, I hope you have several thousand copies of Florida Trend to be handed out to the delegates and other attendees. That makes sense to me, right?
Absolutely. And anyone that's watching that wants one, if they just send me an email, I'll be happy to send them one.
Okay.
Andy Corty, President and Publisher of Florida Trend Magazine, thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for being with us on
Thank
Front
you.
Row Tampa
All
Bay.
right.
Now, we want you to tune in tomorrow because Jeff Chase is going to be back.
Right.
3 more must-do things about the top 10. Here's a hint. One of the creatures Big Jeff encounters is going to be taller than he is. That's pretty darn big.
That is absolutely true, because I know what the creature is, and we're not going to give it away. Much more about Moffitt Cancer Center and the customizing treatments for individuals. And also, as Andy mentioned, the new relationship between All Children and Johns Hopkins.
We're going to be telling you about a place that contributes more than $8 billion in economic impact and 100,000 jobs to the Tampa Bay region.
Absolutely.
That's pretty big.
And this is exciting. You will see an all-star collegiate athlete who suits up for every game but has not one chance of either scoring a touchdown or making a basket. Tantalizing?
That's fascinating.
All right. We hope you'll join us tomorrow at 9 a.m. here for Front Row Tampa Bay.